Welcome back, fight friends, to another episode of the Mighty Shadow Podcast. Holy cow, what a way to finish 2025. We're going back to Australia, talking to internationally known, internationally respected Mr. Eddie Fighting Farrell. How are you doing today, sir?
Good, man. It's
Good.
New Year's Day, so it's good.
Yeah. And Happy New Year. I appreciate you taking time on New Year's Day to do this. I'll make sure I won't make this a 3-hour Rogan episode.
It's all right, man. It's good start to the day. It's all right.
Beauty. Love it. Man, where do we start? Well, first of all, let me maybe tell you where I first sort of saw you. So, obviously many years ago, 2014, John Wayne Parr fought Toby Smith. I was a massive fan of, and still am, of John Wayne Parr. And so I see somebody I'm not familiar with absolutely take him out. And I was like, oh my goodness, who is this kid? And then many years later, I saw that you guys were matched up, and it was ever since that you fought Toby Smith, or that announcement started, that I've been following you. So it's been a couple of years now.
Oh, and, cool.
Boy, what a ride it's been, hey?
Yeah, man. Just been I guess like fighters just take it fight by fight, but yeah, you have like a ride in between them all for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So where did Muay Thai? So can you explain to me what's your record? I was just watching your karate combat fight, which I'd love to talk about as well. But how many fights have you had, and what year did you start fighting?
Yeah, I've had 56 fights now. I started fighting like not super early. I think I started fighting at like 23 or something, 24. And then I just just banged them out. A lot while I was living in Thailand in the earlier years. So I was getting like all my experience, and then started slowing down a little bit at the end and slowing right down now, like having just super fights now for money. But I'm still going.
Nice. Man, Mexico, all this stuff. What got you into Muay Thai to start? What is now? Outside of Thailand, Australia might be my favorite country that produces Muay Thai fighters. The Muay Thai that they do, I love the shows. How did Muay Thai enter your life?
Yeah, I was just always looking for something. Like I always wanted to like do boxing and stuff growing up, and I touched on a little bit with my dad. He was a boxer, but I never got into it. Like I always wanted to to be something, and I was always a bit lost. And then like through partying when you're younger and stuff, and I just never had the willpower to go there myself until I moved away with my wife. And then I was doing a security job, and the security boss he had a kickboxing gym, and then he said that everyone needed to come and train or they like got sacked. So but I always wanted to go anyway, and then so I went from that, and then I just kept training, and that's when I got into it, and then I just started loving it. But I needed that push to get into the gym for sure.
Yeah. Oh, in that case, it worked out well then.
Yeah.
Awesome. And when was it when you started Muay Thai? When was it about the time where you're like, man, this is my thing. I really like this.
Straight away, man. Straight away. Yeah. Like, obviously the first couple of sessions, you just like, it's overwhelming, and you're just learning, and you like thinking, is this for me? Is it not? But yeah, it was pretty much like the first couple of sessions. I just like, I finally found what I was like looking for like a purpose,
Yeah, for sure. And once you started fighting, when did you take your first fight?
Yeah, I was training for a little bit. I think that first fight, you never think that, are you a fighter? Are you ready? And
Right.
yeah, I fought like just like a boxing fight first, like it was like that tent boxing fight, and I did that, and that was like fun. And then I had my first Muay Thai fight when I moved back to the Gold Coast to a different gym. So it was probably about a year and a half. But I was training for like fitness first, lost heaps of like weight. I was doing lots of weights and stuff before it, and then I just like dropped down heaps in weight, and just everything had changed. So yeah, it was about a year.
Yeah, nice. When was it? About how many fights, or about how many years? Now, again, I've sort of tried to watch you travel around the world here. You might have to fit some of this in, but approximately. So it was from Australia. Did you go to Thailand then? And you lived a long time there from there?
Yeah, so Me and my wife, we opened up a little gym on the Gold Coast. We moved away, become personal trainers, and then yeah, I was fighting then, and I had like only 5 fights in Australia, and then we did our first gym holiday to Thailand. And it was our first time to Thailand as well, and we went over there and we just seen how Muay Thai actually is in Thailand, and it's just yeah, I saw other foreigners back then, some living there, and I was like, you can live here. It's not just a holiday, and I put like two and two together. You can make that a lifestyle, and that was how many years ago was that? Fuck, like 15 years ago. So there weren't so many doing it then,
Right.
and yeah, I was just like, man, you can live here and like live off fighting. That's what I want to do. Like, I don't want to live in the world where I have to work. I just want to do this full time and be away from the world.
Right. Now, according to what Instagram tells me, obviously home is where your hat is, and there's definitely lots of places that you've called home. Have you always sort of been like that, like just willing to uproot and go try something, or let's just at least go see what it's like?
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. Like, I think when I was a kid, I was moving around lots through my childhood. So that's what made me not like a lot of people get worried about having to get up and leave and like leave things behind and like new beginnings. But I was just used to that through my childhood. So I'm just keen just to always just go get it, and I wasn't worried about leaving like a home full of things or anything. So like it was just exciting for me.
Sure. And do you still have that excitement and feeling?
Yeah, I'm trying to slow down now for
Yeah.
like that and not repeat too many paths as through my childhood for my son and stuff now,
Gotcha.
because yeah, I've got a 3 year old and I've got another baby coming, so that's
Okay.
why we're making the move to like slow down now.
Yeah.
For so it's a good thing as well, but also you don't want to cut your kids around too much. But I think you can definitely do it, and they're fine till the age of like 3 to 4 to 5, even more. But just now for stability and stuff like for my wife, we're settling down finally after a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's good, man. I mean, I'm 43 years old, and then just, eventually that's all I want to do is just slow down a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Nice. So how long did you stay in that stint for him, while you were in Thailand? How long were you there for?
Um, so we did like a total of 7 years in Thailand.
Okay.
When we were first going over, we were going over. We brought our dog over straight away, which was like the biggest thing why we stayed there for so long,
Oh,
because you can't get your dog back.
oh, I
Like
see.
the vet told us like how to get there with our dog. We were really excited from Australia to Thailand, and we asked about like coming back, and he goes, "Yeah, it's fine. Just no, send me an email when you want to come back, and we can do some tests." But it's fucking impossible, man. Like Australia's like a really hard country, and it was just like impossible. A lot of money and just really hard. So that's what kept us in Thailand for so long. Like, I'd love to say it was like motivational or just my conquest, but it was more to stay there for my dog, which got me the experience overall anyway. But yeah,
Nice. Nice. Do you know how many fights you had in Thailand?
I think yeah, majority for sure.
Okay. Nice.
Probably yeah, probably like 35, 30 fights or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it's not going to your 1 month vacation, you win a stadium title on your first go and go back home. I mean, you were ingrained in that system there.
Yeah, like the first year, when you're at gyms, like you're fighting it every month. And that's like not a lot. Sometimes a lot back to back too. And then if you got really bad shins or you're really banged up and you're burning out, you'd have some time off. But once a month's really regular for the first 2 years. It's like you get a lot of experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Where did you train when you were in Thailand?
Um, we started at in Chiang Mai at a gym called Chan Chai Muay Thai in the mountains,
Okay.
and yeah, it was really nice up there, but it was like a bit rural and remote. And
Right.
one of our dogs, we brought two dogs over, and one of our dogs died. So we thought that we were a bit like spun out from that. So we went to the islands, Koh Samui, where we started, where we had our first gym holiday. So we missioned it there. We drove actually from the top of Chiang Mai, and then we drove to Koh Samui, and then we stayed 2 years in Koh Samui, and it was like a really good lifestyle. It was like our holiday, and that's where we got a lot of the experience, like low pressure fights,
Right.
So,
Yeah, nice. What about in Australia? Is there a place you called home as far as a gym?
um, uh, probably where my wife's from. Like, I grew up there as well, the Gold Coast,
Okay.
but her family's there and stuff. So that's where we used to go back to. But we used to work in different spots in Australia as well. So we used to go back every like 3 4 months in between visas and go back for a month and work, get some money doing that security and bartending, and we'd do that like every 3 or 4 months. And then in the end, we were making enough money or learning how to get sponsors and living off our fights or just little hustles in between fights or how to do it properly. And then as we got more and more experience, we learned how to become professionals, rely on just being an athlete and not having to go back home. Going back home was more for a break or seminars and stuff.
I see. And was going home something you looked forward to, or not?
A lot of the time I didn't. Like I liked Thailand.
Wow.
And even when you had done Thailand too much, I liked it. But it was a lot of the time we were going back for fights. Like we would get a free flight home, or we'd get a flight somewhere, and they would like save us paying for flights. So we would just do like the 3 or 4 days. So we would fly back, get a new visa, fight, get money, and come back. So we rely on just getting a fight to fly us to go home, and then sometimes we talk to the promoter and extend the flights for like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, yeah, I see. Cool. And my next question was going to be: so, were you actively in fighting in the Thailand scene and Australian scene?
Yeah, like I only had a couple in Australia, to be honest. Like I had my first couple, and then I came back and had a couple. But yeah, I was never like it wasn't a big thing to me. It's just try and like prove my name in Australia. Like I tell everyone, man, like just get out of your country and fight international, fight, travel, enjoy, meet new people, new cultures, new countries. Like don't try to prove it within your country. Like a lot of people try that, and I'm like, who cares, man? Like a lot of the time, your country doesn't even support you more than outside. But I think it's great. Australia's levels one of the best in the world.
Yeah,
The
right.
best fighter. Australia's like top, super hard, super good Muay Thai. They've got a lot of Thai trainers.
Yeah.
They beat a lot of people, but like I've never, it's never been something I need to prove myself within Australia. I just wanted to get out, get flown to different countries, see different martial arts and styles, get get some money for my fights, and yeah, see the world, man.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, so so was fighting. So I guess there's kind of a two, three-part question here, but what is it about fighting? Let's start there, I guess. Like you fought several different styles now, full contact martial arts. What is it about fighting that you get out of it?
Yeah, I think it's just that purpose, man. Like it's the only thing that I was like proud of, pretty much, for what I was doing.
Okay.
So yeah, and just being good at something, or like trying to be good at something for myself, and then and also just getting a buzz out of like taking on superstars from different countries and having a holiday and in different places, and it was just like super exciting, man. Just like going around the world, getting flown, going to China, see how like the Chinese train and fight, and meeting people. Like it's just so different, man. Each martial arts like so different, but even if it's called Muay Thai, like the style of training is different. Or you fight kickboxing or Lethwei or Kun Khmer in Cambodia. Just even in America, they're different. You know what I mean? They try to copy. Everyone tries to copy Muay Thai, which the guidelines of Muay Thai, which is good, but everyone does have their different styles and
Yes.
culture.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Um, it's cool to hear you talk like that. You're somebody, and I'm not the only one. A lot of people follow you in your journey and through Muay Thai, and not just that, but the way you're doing it. You get to travel the world when you fight, but you seem to be doing it at a completely different level. Do you know that? Do you recognize that? I don't know how I'm saying that, but like even those who travel the world fighting are still looking at you, like holy cow, man, this guy's doing it all over the place. Like,
Oh no, I don't really think of that, at all.
yeah, okay.
But I just do my thing, man, and just yeah, just try and talk to promoters, get fights that suit me now, and make money.
Yeah,
And yeah, I'm just like just trying to think about what we're doing next and stuff. But as we're slowing down now, we're probably going towards like we've owned gyms as well. Like we own the one in Thailand, and then COVID came. So then that was like a fucking anticlimax. It was really good. When it was good, we are building it, and then it was doing good for like a month or two only, and then COVID came, and it was just like shut us out. And then we stayed loyal to our dog. We went to Mexico and opened a gym in Mexico for income because my wife was pregnant. So we sort of just like, as the ball rolls, just do things to sort of survive. But like also we're enjoying it, man. Like we're not stressed, but we're just living like the martial arts lifestyle of taking the right fights, doing the right things, just like cruising.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never thought about like yeah, it's nice that if people get a bit of inspiration and advice of what I've done and how I can help people, that's cool. But I never really think about that, eh?
Sure. No, I got you. I got you. Were titles or anything like that important to you while you fight? World title, whatever.
They're definitely more important when you're starting and you want that.
Yeah.
But when they come, like it's not as important or it's not as big when it comes. Like it's exciting, but for sure when I was first in like Koh Samui, I was thinking about like a WMC world title. Like, oh my god, like if I could ever, like you don't think you can get it, you don't think it's in your reach, but you want it, and you're training and fighting as like a beginner fighter, and when it does come, like that WMC title did come, and I was just like, oh, cool, yeah, I'll take it. Like, how much money is it for?
Right.
But it wasn't as big when it did come. For sure, it's weird, but I was stoked, and it's like it was my dream. Like, but when these like big opportunities come, you're sort of like a bit like, yeah, used to it already. You know what I mean? Not used to the opportunities, but you just had a lot of fights, and it's just like not that big a deal. Like you just, it's weird, man. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. No, I understand. Is there at what point? So you were talking about taking like fighting some big fighters and all that good stuff. Can you recall the first time maybe you fought somebody where you were like, oh shit, I know who this is? Do you recall that happening at all?
Yeah, I think like me trying to break out of my career when I've had like 20 fights on the islands and stuff, and I was going to Bangkok on like Max Muay Thai when I was first stepping out, trying to like go like I want to go for it. That's when I was starting to think like, yeah, I put a lot of people on a pedestal, but I was excited to fight them. So
Right.
like, I was never like avoiding anyone. I was just, if anything, I was too keen on taking them on too early, which like when you self manage yourself, which I did for me and Brooke, would have been nice to have like an OG trainer tell you what path to take and what fights to take and not take. But in Thailand, you just you take whatever comes because it's a good opportunity, travel and money. But like the right thing to do when I manage fighters now and like try to look after people, like guide them in the right process. Still take the fights that are good opportunities if it's doable, you know what I mean. But if it's winnable, but we were taking not winnable fights a lot.
Sure. Just
Yeah,
yes, I'm in.
it's
I'm in.
true.
I'm in.
It's true.
Yeah.
We always fought to win. We always fought to win and went for it, but they weren't really winnable fights
Sure.
sometimes. Like fighting like legendary ties way too early. It's just, you know.
Yeah. Yep. That makes sense. What do you can you drop any names who the was the first one or maybe a couple that were like
Oh,
like you said
lots,
you
man.
come to fight but like a
Lot,
little nervous.
yeah, yeah, lots, man. When I was first fighting on like my first couple of TV fights against Thais, I had like 20 fights, and I was fighting like really really good Thais like Perinya Emuden. Like he was like Saint Chai's training partner. He was like a bigger Thai,
Okay.
and I fought him for like a on TV for like a 4-man tournament for some, I don't know, whatever, for some belt. And yeah, he was just fucking so good, bro. Like, and I ended up fighting him again and winning like later on. But when I first stepped out and fighting like Jaron Tong fighters and stuff like that on TV, like they were just way better than me. And like, you just see them fighting before. If you do your research on fighters, and which you shouldn't sometimes, like the tires, because you just get spun out.
Right.
They're just like just levels above you, and if you're a little bit bigger, you can try to think that you can like overwhelm them with power and fitness, but if you're the same size and you're fighting them and it's a step up, it's like very hard. And you know that's a hard fight you're going into, but you just got to push forward and try and like wear them down.
Yeah, yeah. Was there any fight like you said maybe you took some on that were a little too early? Was there any particular fight that you recall like not necessarily that changed you, but possibly changed like I'm not training enough, or maybe I need to step back, or maybe I need to start picking my fights properly? Was there one specific moment or one fight that happened?
Um, like it was always all right, you know. Like I was taking those big fights, like and having like fights in between them, which got my confidence up, and then I'd win a couple, and then I'd go for someone like Tum Mudtua. He was like
I know him.
Tum, yeah, he's really good, man. Like he
Yep.
won the challenger. He beat like all those guys on the TV series.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I fought him for like a world title in Hong Kong, and I went the rounds with him, but he just beat me on points. But he's just so good. But
Mhm.
they were good fights, man. Like you know, like they weren't like I've never been knocked out,
Is
and
that
like
right?
yeah, I've never been dropped or knocked out. I've been stopped by low kicks once in my whole career, and I've been stopped once, and that was by low kicks, and that was just like it shattered me for sure. But I've never been dropped or knocked out, so that's always given me the confidence to like keep going, you know, like think that no one's too good. That I can fight them, they're good, but yeah. But I think if you get sparked and knocked out like a few times, you definitely like reevaluate and go, fuck, that level's too high. I shouldn't go there. But
Yeah.
especially if you get knocked out all the time, man, for sure. But yeah,
Yeah. So let me just make sure this is clear. You haven't been knocked out or down in a fight or at all.
at all, man. Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah. I've never been in the gym. I've been like fucking got hit with like spinning heel kicks that fucking dropped me and stuff. I've been dropped in fights through body shots about knees from like ties have kneed me in
Yeah.
the liver and stuff, and I've gone down, but I've always got up. It's been hard. Like I didn't want to get up, but
Right.
yeah, I've been dropped by knees like maybe in twice, three times maybe, but
That's
yeah,
that's impressive with a style like yours, pretty forward heavy, aggressive. Like that's pretty
yeah.
impressive.
I've been stopped by cuts. I've been
Yeah.
stopped by cuts, but I've never been like knocked out or
Yeah.
dropped. Like I've had the two bad at cuts, like fucking maybe 10 stoppages, but I'm bleeding too much, and
Sure.
they call the fight off. But I've never been like knocked or dropped or can't fight.
That's crazy. Now speaking of which, so you fought Toby Smith, and I believe that fight was the same one that got stopped on cuts, correct?
Yeah, yeah,
I
like
remember.
that. Yeah,
Yeah. What was it like? Were you in Australia? How long were you planning for that fight, or was that something you came back to fight for, or were you in Australia already?
yeah, like he was like the OG at the time. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he beat Super Bon, he beat fucking
Oh yeah.
Pechtanong, like everyone, even the big name ties like in Bangkok, and he was like John Wayne Parr, and yeah, like I wanted to fight him, but again I fought him too early, and it was really good money. So and I fought him in Australia, and that was like on his own show with his dad's show, so it was like total total intimidation, like going there to fight him on the show, but. I didn't even blink an eyelid, man. Like I wasn't
Sure.
worried about that. People were saying that, oh, you fight him on the show. It's like pressure. Like I felt a bit like, for sure, I'm always nervous, but I was still keen as to fight him. I was nervous, but I was keen as.
Right.
But it was a good experience, and yeah, I wanted to fight him. I want to fight him again, but it's probably not going to happen.
Sure.
Just
Sure.
like to fight someone when I've got my total experience and before the end of my career, I will want to do that one again. But
Yeah. Well, and he's recently
yeah,
back.
that was good, Leighton. What's
Oh,
that?
sorry. I was going to say Toby's back, kind of fighting as well. Quite recently, he's taken a few fights. I see as well.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, yeah, he's back in Thailand fighting, and I think he's doing the same thing as me, just like living the life and fighting when it serves him. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so that's good. But
So
yeah,
outside of and again, it's true. Just at the end, of course you're going to pay me, right? Which makes complete sense.
yeah,
So after a long career, but outside of getting paid, what is it you're still looking for out of fighting?
yeah. It's So like what I learned, and why I kept fighting is like how it betters you. Obviously, like you're especially in fight camp, it like just makes you like such a better person. You focus, your body changes, your mindset changes. You can't have doubts and bad thoughts and for the fight, and you do, but you have to correct them. And the same thing with like business and life, and like you read books, like you're just leveling up, man, because you have to, because you want to be like in physical top shape and mental top shape, and you get there and then you fight and perform. But in that journey, while you do that, you realize and remember how fucking sharp you were and how good you were in life and for your fight. And each fight you have, you get better, and you remember books that you read new books, and like, so that's what it gives you. And after like 50 fights, like hopefully I've become a better person, like overall. So that's exactly, I wouldn't be where I am, who I am now, without fighting.
I gotcha. Would you say, this is something I just recently discovered about myself, talking to people, whatever, but would you say self-respect is a very high priority of yourself on your list of stuff, getting better, improving, all that kind of thing?
Yeah, like it's all, you also like, you get better, but you also get harsh on yourself too, which is like yeah, it's not talked about so much, because you talk to yourself badly. And like self-love or self-respect is the one that you can like not work on, because you're so hard on yourself, because you want so much improvement, and it's actually like you need to really work on that. And it took me a long time, and I was fighting a lot of fights without that like self-respect or self-love. So I think we were talking about that the other day, me and my wife, about like how to give yourself that. And like I'm still never one to ever say, oh, I love myself and shit like that. But you can be proud of yourself and be proud of your actions and proud of who you are. And if you have no self-love or respect, and you find it hard to talk good to yourself, which a lot of people do, it's like sad,
Yes.
you can at least be proud of yourself for your actions that that are good. Like if you help someone, if you help someone in the street with an old lady that's shopping, you can say that act was good. I am a good person, and I can be proud of myself. And that's like the first stages of like self-respect and self-love. It's like you can do that, and you can tell yourself that you did do good like that, and you slowly build up on those things. So that's how I learned to love yourself, or like be proud of yourself. But a lot of fighters miss that because they're so hard on themselves with training, telling themselves they're shit, telling themselves like just being too hard, which can go into depression, into other bad things,
Yes. Yeah. That's well said, sir. Well said. And just funny, I asked that because I obviously I'm certainly no fighter like you by any means, but I've been a lifelong martial artist, coach. I do all this stuff, and it's fun. It's nice when people are proud of me, but I like it better when I'm proud of me.
Yeah.
That means more to me.
Definitely, man. And yeah, like you don't need to fight, or you can have a fight and then keep training, but it's the same thing. Like everyone still talks to themselves the same way, and there's not much coaching in that, or talk. Because I don't want to talk to anyone about that, about myself and all that stuff.
Right.
But there's no education on it really. That's where coaching should come from. There should be some word and talking from your coaches, and I never had that with the Thais. I've had great, like, I'd ask questions and then there'd be great technique, but that coaching and like owning a gym and like talking to your fighters and probably bringing it up as the coach to your fighters, because the fighter's not going to talk to you about that, or the student's not going to talk to you about that. So you need to like bring it up with them, or like little things through tech. Like I do it through like learning techniques and guard and stuff, and then like wrapping it into like lifestyle, into martial arts, and then like bringing up these topics through how you feel and stuff like that. You can have a strong guard and also be like strong in life, and like little things that just wraps into, which is true. But like it just comes through day-to-day stuff in the gym that I try and like mesh it together through martial arts and lifestyle.
Nice. Well, yeah, it's I call it just like the lifestyle beyond the punch and the kick. Like
Definitely.
More than that. Yeah, good call.
I think that's why we all do it in the end. Like whether we know how to put it into words or not, but we all know that's why we do it.
Yes. Well said, sir. When was the move to Mexico? Okay, I guess before we get there, was there a plan in mind? Like, listen, COVID, this shit ain't working. we're gonna go over there and do this, or like was there a plan before you actually went?
Nah, definitely not. Like
Okay.
it was all the gym. Like the gym in Phuket, we're putting our like everything into the gym to make the gym work. And then we got it up and running and just put heaps of time and energy, and people starting to come, and we were seeing some money back, which was great. And then COVID came, and then COVID was a drag, man, like for everyone, but it was just a fucking drag for us. And
Sure.
like a buzzkill, just shutting down, dude. And then us like leaving the gym that we built because it wasn't financially, we couldn't afford it anymore. We were trying to keep the trainers on, like wages, half wages, then just fed, then accommodation. It was just like all falling apart, really.
Yeah.
And everyone was. We were one of the gyms to hold on longer.
Hmm.
So then we left, we bailed out, and then we were just in a hotel room in Bangkok, me and my missus and my dog, and we were just thinking like, what are we gonna do? And we were right. We were just training in like lockdown and stuff at my when all the Iranian fighters were at Luxagon gym, or I don't know whatever gym it was. We were just training like, but it was a bit grim, like the police out. You had to run with masks on, like it was shit.
Right.
And then all while that was happening, we were thinking about our visas in Thailand. They were forcing everyone out too, and we couldn't go back to Australia. So and Mexico was just popping up heaps, like on our phones and stuff, and we were just then and like was we had an option was Mexico was popping up and it was easy to go to and with a dog. So like we had like three things, like we have a dog, can't go back to Australia, we can't fly our dog into another country because of like COVID restrictions and animal quarantine restrictions. So we had like these two subjects that was just fucked. So then Mexico was easy, man. Just flew in, bang. Like it was cheap, it was easy. We had like Mexico or Poland. Poland was like a couple of weird options, man. So
Huh.
yeah, and Australia wasn't on the cards. So we were going to go to Mexico, and it was next to the United States, and then we could go to the United States by border with our dog, and then we could go to the United States back to Australia with our dog. That was the plan, because
Oh, sweet.
you have to go through three stages of animal quarantine. So you have to go like level 3, which is like the lowest level for animal, and then level 2 for 6 months, and that's America, and then level 1 is Australia. So that was our plan. So Thailand, Mexico, America, back to Australia. We were trying for our dog, but he just kept failing at his blood tests, and he kept and then we were smashing him for like antibiotics, and then he was just losing his fur, getting infections in his eyes, and we were just like, fuck this, we're not going to give our dog any more antibiotics for to pass these tests, and we just
Right.
stopped them, and we just gave up, and we stayed in Mexico.
Wow. That's crazy. What were your first thoughts about Mexico?
Yeah, it was exciting, man. So I was just like watching heaps of YouTube blogs on food. Actually, I was hooked on like we've always loved our food and stuff like that. So yeah, we're watching YouTube blogs about food and culture of Mexico, and it got us excited. And we were excited. We've always been optimistic when we got there. It was fun. It was like fairly cheap. It wasn't as cheap as we thought,
Mm.
but yeah, it was exciting, man. So and like as soon as we got there, people were really supportive. Like a lot of gyms wanted us, and we were making money, and it was pretty good. So we were like on the up.
Yeah. Yeah. When when did the gym start being built, or I guess when did you start feeling that connection of like, again, from my point of view, it was popular. Everybody knew about your spot in Mexico, and I could see people were going and fighting, and you guys were holding your own fight cards and all that kind of stuff. At what point when the gym was built were you, or maybe you weren't, I don't know, but when did you start feeling like, holy shit, this is working?
Yeah, we got to Mexico and we were just guest coaching and just cruising around, and then some spots were good, and some spots would go down in money, and it wasn't viable. Like the rent was higher than what we were making, so we're like,
Right.
we've got to stop. We got to sort of stop like doing that, like only make good moves from now on. And then Brooke got pregnant for the first time, and we're like spinning out, and it was still COVID, and like so then we were like, let's do something financially like more secure that we can just focus our making money for the baby and the birth and stuff, because it costs money to birth a child, like 5 grand. So yeah, we went to Tulum where we guest coached already before, and then we just started like growing that one place as we did well there, and then it just grew into the gym, and then yeah, people just coming, man. Like we're just going step by step. It was fucking hard, like heaps of
Oh,
problems with. Oh yeah, heaps of problems with just like getting staff. I had to train all the trainers, and then like housing them, and then like the government's dodgy and corrupt, and had to pay them like each month, and
sure.
just heaps of shit coming down. And it's like, and then the danger and crime, people getting shot all the time. Yeah, it was just, and then the gym grew, and we had lots of people coming, but yeah, people were getting held up and shot, and we had like my friend that was a jiu-jitsu coach, and I trained with him as well, and he got shot and killed. He was American.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah. So like, and then just heaps of robberies, and people got held up. Our trainers like were eating tacos at the spot, and the guy came in with guns and stole like people's watches, and like it was just dangerous, man. And
I'm
then
not gonna lie. We were all curious, like, we were
yeah,
curious if that was happening.
100%. But if you lived like, I was always optimistic because I had a gym and business there. I had to be like still like come because it was good. It was if you come and you live during the day like we did, and you just go like swim. But if you go out at night or if you walk at night, you're getting fucking you're in trouble. Like your odds go up dramatically.
Wow.
But if you're just daytime, you still might get pulled over by police and you still get hustled. But if you're at night time, you are getting pulled over by police. And they can take you to the ADMs and stuff. Like,
Oh, whoa, whoa. The police.
oh, yeah, for sure, man. The police
Oh,
take you to the ADMs and make you draw out money and stuff. Yeah.
so you're really not protected.
No, you've got nowhere to go. It's like we had lots of situations where the police were the instigators, and you didn't feel safe and have anywhere to talk to. Like we had bad situations with like girls and stuff too. Like they didn't feel safe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Man.
so yeah, and when we went to Puerto Escondido, we moved the gym because we wanted to expand and like yeah, do bigger and better and be in a safer location. But that was just as hard, man. You know what I mean? And just as bad with the police. The crime was less, but the police were worse.
Really?
Yeah, just a smaller place where there's less crime, but the police were just bad there too. Like they wouldn't pull you over for helmets. Like it was better like that, and you felt free.
Right.
But we had like a couple of instances where the police would, yeah, people didn't feel safe, and they didn't feel safe to like something happened. They didn't feel safe to go to them, and then they didn't even feel safe to fly out. Man, like it's scary.
Man, so yeah, okay. I could see why that would add some stress on your plate. That's got to be a daily thing that you're thinking about, worried about. Everyone that's visiting, and
Yeah,
yeah, I could see that.
but it's still a
Um,
good place if people came to holiday. They lived close to the gym. They didn't walk. They just ate tacos, swam, trained, went to bed. That's what we did. But if you go out at night, you walk around at night, you might get pulled over. Something might happen. It
yeah,
happens all the time. So people
yeah.
go missing. We had like yeah, we had like 2 or 3 people go missing, man. And then like look like trying to go, have you seen this guy spreading it? Like people got found and people just like turn their phones off, but people go missing all the time. So
Oh my God, that's wild.
yeah.
Um, and so would that be the reason for like, listen, this is not sustainable. We can't do this.
Yeah, like I think just one time, yeah, I just really got spun out about just growing up my child down. It's just not worth rolling the dice every day. Like
Yeah,
like if you're doing well in your business, you're noticed. If you're driving a nice car, it's people telling it down. There's like things don't go unnoticed, and you might just get held up for ransom. The biggest thing is in Mexico is just get kidnapping for ransom. It's the number one thing. So if you're doing well, you're a foreigner, good chance that your wife and your kid's going to get kidnapped for ransom. And if you don't pay that unrealistic ransom, they don't care, man. Like you don't get your
scary,
kid and your
man.
wife back. That's the number one income for like crime in Mexico. It's called something like a kidnapping ATM, or like, I don't know. It's like a fast like ransom, but just like
Sure.
quickly make money off ransom like that.
Good
Yeah.
Lord, that's fucking scary, man. Um, now you had a lot of like, I'm not sure, like maybe you knew, but like we all watched, man. It was a popular place. Like it seemed like paradise, Muay Thai paradise.
Yeah.
Like, did it feel that way to you? Besides the issues, of course,
Yeah,
just
like
overshadowed.
we loved Mexico and the process, and it was hard, like the ups and downs, and just like, and then just little things started to happen, and people had a much better time than we were, and in the end, we were like pretty burnt out because like having a Thai camp's a different structure to a normal gym. So a Thai camp means like having multiple trainers
Right.
hold pads for the customers that come in. So then we had like 8 trainers paid for. The trainers were paid for. They were housed. They were like fed by us. It's just very big responsibilities. And in Thailand, it's more doable because if one trainer leaves or he gets sacked or something happens, you have another very experienced person to take their place. But I was training all the guys as well because I wanted like good Muay Thai and like especially pads. Like I wanted them to hold pads like the way I held pads. I didn't want them to be teaching just stupid stuff to
Right.
people that would come and train with us. So everyone had to have the same like curriculum and standard that I wanted. And it was hard, man. It was hard just like enforcing that and then having trainers come and go. And people thought I had like a lot of money when I was a gym owner, and they were just like ridiculous. Like fighters would just ask for ridiculous money for their experience and like get matching the fight cards, and it was just I was just pretty over it, man. To tell you the truth,
Yeah.
and it's just it sounds like a buzzkill, but I just burnt out with business,
No,
and
I get it.
it
I
was too
understand.
hard. So that's why I tell people, be a fighter, enjoy being a fighter. Don't go on to like coaching too early, man. Just like get your experience and like do it, like build your profile as a coach as well. But definitely don't jump into that ship too early.
Right, right. You love Muay Thai, so you become a fighter, then you become a coach, then you open a gym. Now you have all these employees. Now you got to pay rent. Guess what? You're not doing anymore. Muay Thai.
Yeah, exactly. And you're surrounded by it, and you hate the environment because you just burn out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah. So it was. I don't want to say let go. I don't know if that's right, but it was fairly easy to just close that chapter then.
yeah, definitely. And like, um, yeah, my dog died, bro. Like as I said, like we stayed. The whole thing was about my dog in Thailand and coming to Mexico with my dog, and my dog died, and that was like it. Like I was like, fuck. The whole thing. Like I don't need to be here anymore. It was always for staying for my dog, and after he died, we stayed for a little bit, and that was hard. Like he was my best friend, and I was just like, I felt like pretty empty after it. I was just like, fuck, I can go now.
Yeah.
So it was like
Yeah.
a very long like book for me with my dog, and then when he died, I felt like just I didn't know how to I could just close it all and go back home if I want now. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a cool journey. Like I did fucking lots, man. And then I went back to Thailand, I love Thailand again. I felt a bit more free, but now I've
Yeah.
gotten older. I've got like children and stuff, so it's time to like slow down and just like invest in the knowledge that I got and put it into like a gym again. So we're opening a gym here in Australia.
Nice. Going all right.
Yeah,
Good for you, man.
yeah,
Nice. Good to hear. Well, and I know it's easy to say this when you're watching on Instagram, but when you see what you've done and where you've gone and who you fought and where you fought and all that stuff, like I would like to think that, at least from my point of view, it puts a lot of faith in that I know what you're doing. You're the man with experience. You've experienced it all. This is somebody who can actually help me with Muay Thai. Like, put trust in that. Like, you know how it is. There's flakes fucking all over the place, but you're somebody who has clearly been out there and showing people, like, I don't know if I'm right, but very much like a fuck it, I'll do it myself kind of person. Do I got that right?
cool. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, so hopefully, yeah. But when you're in it personally, like it's hard to like have that self reflection. But
Yeah.
yeah, I have been just living, breathing it for a long time, and I do like helping. Like I really like helping like the new generation and people that are around me if I can.
Nice.
But and I like coaching too. So yeah,
Obvious. I see it.
yeah,
Like I see you have a passion for coaching too, not just
yeah,
fighting. But
yeah,
nice. And you got another fight coming up soon, no? Did I read that somewhere?
yeah. So it's not like I got a couple. I have to fight for like I have a good sponsorship, so it's probably might be my retirement fight one more. But
Oh,
my baby's due in May 4th, and I have a couple of fight offers in like May 2nd. So it's like again pushing it, man.
right.
So like I'm just thinking about what to do, but I have one more fight, and it might be my last one. So, but I'm training. I'm training now for it. So whatever I choose it to be, but one more.
Right. Um, Before I ask this question, and again, not fighting, but I've been a martial artist my whole life. I always prided myself in like being the best guy in the room, and if I wasn't, I wanted to chase the person who was. And I'm 43. I'm injured. I'm done training, and I had to let that go. And I don't know. I still don't really know how to process it. I spent my whole life doing it, 30 years, and it's like I guess what I'm trying to ask you is are you comfortable with that? If that's your last fight, are you comfortable closing that chapter?
Yeah, yeah. Like I think a lot of people get hung up on like not stopping it at the right time or
Yeah.
stopping too early because they're hard on themselves. But yeah, I feel like yeah, like I'm feeling like that last fight I had was really good, but it's all for different reasons. Like your priorities are stacked differently. Like I've got my son now, and like fighting and winning isn't number one, but also that training camp and like that feeling of doing good and being better and like being healthy and a healthy mind, that's like so important still. So like that's what I really want now, like in life, in fight camp and outside of fight camp. And it's always better in fight camp still, but I'm really trying to just get that outside of fight camp without fights now. So that's like my number one goal. But
Nice.
that's what I really want to transfer onto now, and I feel like I don't like it. It's a big win for me to get that without the fight. So that's my
Well,
next thing. I
yeah.
don't need fights to do that anymore. So I'm really trying to get that without fighting.
Nice, nice. Yeah, good for you, man. That's great. Because that's a small percentage that do it that way. Everybody else, it's such an identity they hold on to, and they can't let go, whether they got to choose being done or whether it was taken from them, and they
Yeah.
can't let go of that.
Do you mind if I just pause it for a sec, bro? I just go to the toilet. Is that all right?
Yeah, do your thing, man. No problem. I don't understand why the this ain't working. What are we at here? 45 minutes.
Holding on for a while. It's all right.
Yeah, all good. I was wondering, I could see the screen
My
shaking.
phone's like to shake, you know.
All good, man. Um, yeah, so as I was saying, and you know better than most, obviously, that fighters hold on to that identity so hard that they can't let go, whether fighting has been taken from them or whether they chose. But
Mm.
uh, that's cool to hear from someone like you know, who's, fighter. He's fighting all over the place, but I think that's an important thing for people to hear is that transition out. And you need to know when you're ready, whether you have one or two or three left, but you need to see that tunnel come to an end here.
Yeah, and like yeah, because I asked my old man the other day, like, should I stop? You know, because there's not many people that are going to tell you that. Everyone's going to go, yeah, man, you do what you want, you know. But for
Right.
someone to actually to stop and think for you and go, yeah, maybe it's time. Like you're losing a bit of edge, or like you're not performing, or maybe it's better for you, like your personal lifestyles to focus on other things. But I asked my dad the other day, and he told me like you can have like a couple more if you want. Like you don't have to stop. I'd tell you if you had to stop. And it took him a day to think about that. And he goes,
Hmm.
let me think about that properly, you know. And he thought about it and he goes, you still perform well in like your last fight better than you have been anyway. So like you can just choose a couple of super fights, but you can keep going if you want.
Hmm.
So,
And
but
and your dad's opinion is important to you, obviously.
yeah, my dad's always he's been really good, and he always makes the fights that he can
Right.
come to, and yeah, I trust what he says, and it's means a lot for him to say that. So
Nice. Oh, that's great. Now, just I won't take too much more of your time here, sir, but I'm curious, what was it like? What do you notice when you're fighting? The differences between fighting Kun Khmer, Lethwei, karate combat, and Muay Thai? Like, was there anything that was kind of caught you off guard? For example, headbutts. Like that's pretty fucking crazy. Um, Can you
Yeah.
tell me about some of these different styles you fought? What you thought of them?
What's that?
Can you tell me about some of these different styles that you fought? Like the just how it felt being in there and fighting like that?
Yeah, I think the headbutts in Myanmar, like the headbutts actually didn't. I wasn't worried about them. Like I wasn't gonna go like, oh, that's gonna be the end of me.
Right, right.
But like the first time on that show, it was like so big because Myanmar doesn't have like anything else going for it. So when they throw a fight event, like I mean, hundreds of thousands of people are there. It's
Really?
not. Oh man, it's just like packed. Like people are flocking. Like because there's not much else that's going on, so it's just like the biggest crowd I've ever fought in front of.
Wow.
And we were all foreigners brought in, like Thais and foreigners, and I was the second last fight, and everyone was just like the whole red corner was just like coming back on stretchers, and people like I remember I was just talking to a couple of the other foreigners, and we were like, this isn't Muay Thai, this is like way different to what we thought and trained for. Like it was totally different, like being there in the flesh, seeing it, and the energy was different, different music, that different style of hand wraps. Like they get their the bandages and they soak them in like ice water and then they wrap them up around their hands so it makes them like heavy hand wraps. Because
Sure.
you can fight however you want in Lethway, man. You can have like you could probably go out there and just bare fists. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Like it, so that they wrap their hands for like strength in their hands and to make their hands a little bit heavy so it hurts more. But
Sure.
I just wrapped my hands with tape and bombed up my knuckles so they're like knuckle busters. But it
Oh,
was like
yeah.
the wrong way to do it. Like that, what they do is make their hands a little bit heavier and that makes the punch stronger and it gives their guard a little bit more, having a little bit more around their hands for a guard. But you can do what you want. But people were just getting like everyone was just getting knocked out, bro. Like headbutted, knocked out, and everyone was just the other foreigners were a couple before me were sweating, bro. Like they weren't even talking much.
Right.
Yeah, I think I was the only fight that went the distance, and with that one,
Is that right, eh?
yeah, everyone else got knocked out before me. I fought 2-2, and we went the distance for 5 rounds. You have to knock out the champion in Lethway, or you lose, or it's a draw usually, a draw. But I can't remember who was the main event for that. Yeah, I think he got sparked. It was like someone fought Tun Tun Min and Tun Tun Min won by knockout, but everyone's getting knocked out.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
but I love that. That was sick. I love that fight. I love fighting over there. It was
Nice.
definitely
How many
different.
times did you get to fight like that?
Just twice.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
but the fans are really nice. The promotion was treated you like royalty. The money was really really good. So
Huh. Cool.
yeah,
Right on. And how about karate combat, man? How did that come about?
yeah. Like they were messaging me a little bit, looking for fighters, and I was always just trying to get my guys on it. And I wasn't thinking about like I wasn't hungry to fight much. I was just choosing my fights like sparingly because I was more thinking about the gym. And then they offered they were looking for someone that like was really experienced, and I said I had no one, and I was like, oh, like fucking that's my weight. How much? What's the purse? But I heard the purses were good, and they told me like how much it was, and I was like, fuck, I'll do it.
Right.
And but I want like this much money, and then they just said yes straight away, and I was like, fuck. And then it was against that Raphael Agave guy they
Yeah.
offered.
Good. Old school. Like I listen. I know karate gets a bad
Yeah,
rap. He's a human highlight reel. That guy, man.
yeah. So like I said yes to him, and we were meant to fight for the karate combat belt at 75 kilos. And then they were just asking about how tall are you and all this, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter. He's a champion, you know what I mean? And then he's just said no. I'm like, how does the champion say no?
No
You know what I
kidding.
mean? Yeah. And
Yeah.
I was like pretty like going, how does like this guy? I was pretty dirty, you know what I mean? But I guess that's how promotions they protect their champions and they call the shots. So, and then they changed. They said, "Do you want to fight Raymond Daniels instead at 80 kilos?" And I'm like, "That's 5 more kilos." You know, like I walk around at 82 kilos.
Right.
And and then I asked for more money, and they said yes. And then I was like, "Yeah, it's on. Let's go." Well, you know, so I just that's how that fight came, and it was really good. I got I was happy with taking that fight and the bonus and the pay and stuff. So it was sweet. I was stoked. I wanted to go back, but Yeah, they've just been a little bit on and off. They don't give you too much time for training camps and stuff. And yeah, I wanted to go back, but they don't get everyone coming back. They don't reply to me and stuff. So,
Huh.
yeah.
Um. Shit. Something you just said. Raymond Daniels. Anyway, okay, I'll come back to it. But I'm curious. What was it like throwing some hands and fists around with karate pants on? Oh, that's
Yeah, I
what I
didn't
was
have to
gonna
wear
say.
them. Yeah,
Didn't you injure yourself warming up?
yeah.
You blew apart your knee or something, right?
Yeah. So like it was just before the fight, and like my opponent came into the change rooms, and he came in with like an entourage, and he was in like sunglasses, like yelling things out, like "I am the man, I am the champion," like this American guy, just like being full on fucking like yeah. And I bought into it, and then I was just like I was yelling back at him in the other side of the change rooms. I was just like, "Not tonight, and like I don't know, I just bought into it, and we were like yelling at each other over the change rooms, and then I just like low kicked a pad real hard, and I hadn't warmed up, and I blew my knee.
God,
Yeah,
brutal.
and it was bad. Yeah, it was bad, man. I was just like, it was like yeah, like people wouldn't fight, like it's like a thing like that, like you just don't fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm fucking. I'd always fight, you know what I mean? And I was just thinking, like, that could happen in the fight, and I'd just still fight anyway, would I? I was like, yeah, I'd still fight with a fucking injured knee in the fight always.
Right.
So I just thought about what my trainer would say, and he would just, it was literally a voice in my head saying, "Knock him out with your hands. You hurt your knee. Who gives a fuck? Knock him out with your hands. Can you knock
Right.
someone out with your hands?" I'm like, yeah, of course. And then yeah, as long I went into the fight and my knee was fucked, and then some adrenaline kicked in, and then I didn't feel it, and then after it was completely fucked. Took me
Sure.
ages to recover from that.
What was the end result of that knee injury?
Yeah, it was just heaps of inflammation. I got an MRI straight away, and then like the ACL wasn't fucking snapped. It was
Huh?
just like the MCL and like swelling and like just a bad fucking sprain, man. Eh?
So did anybody know about this? Like, did you tell your trainer, or did you keep this to yourself?
Oh no, we knew. I was fucking down, bro. Like the whole blue change room or whatever, everyone knew.
Okay.
The paramedics came over and shit, and I was like, "Fuck, my opponent's definitely finding out about this."
Yeah. Yeah.
But and I came out with a knee brace on and shit. But fuck yeah, I didn't give a fuck. Like, so once you're in there, man, like it doesn't matter, like whether they know or not. Like the fight's on.
Right. Right. Either way.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Good
yeah.
call. Good call. Um, awesome, man. Well, listen, I always ask this question to everybody. Who are your three favorite fighters of all time, and how come?
Oh, um, yeah, it's a hard one. There's fucking lots and different reasons, but Ponce Sitman is one of my favorite fighters. For his just like their motto was like KO or get KO'd.
Yes. Yeah.
He was just a maniac coming
Yeah.
forward, punching and low kicking. Didn't care about points.
Yeah. Reckless
Um,
abandon with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, fuck. Who else, bro? Like so many. I've idolized so many in different times of my career. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, I liked a lot of kickboxing too, but
Yep.
and I loved a lot of clinches. Like I think Petch Maricot is actually, I really like Petch Maricot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like not the most beautiful fighter, but he comes forward. Him and Yodwicha, they come forward and they're knee fighters, but they don't always lock on to clinch and knee. They like come forward to knee in a fight, but that doesn't mean you have to hold them. But they just
Right.
like overwhelm you with like pressure in your face with punches and knees, but it's not clinching. So I really love that style. But they clinch as well, but it's mainly just pressure with knees.
Right. Yeah.
So
I hear what you're saying.
Petch Maricot and Yodwicha as well are like one of my favorite fighters.
Nice. Nice. And how about
Yeah.
yourself? What are some of your favorite fights that you've had? The memorable ones, whether it be win, loss, or just the event, but the memorable ones for you.
Yeah, it's probably just like the travel goes into it as well, like
Yeah.
just the experience. Um, yeah, man, I don't know. Like a lot of the time, even just like local ones against the ties and names I don't even remember. just
Sure.
like it was just like a cool experience. Like
Yeah.
just even getting like fighting rematches against people that have lost it before and getting win back on them
Well,
against a fighter called Farbatan in Koh Samui. Yeah. So
nice.
like just lots of little experiences, man, that I've had, and then like the big fights, like when I lost against good people, like I didn't care, man. I liked the process and the company that I had there and the time. So
Nice. That's cool, man. Cool. You get to give one shout out to one person on the podcast. Who gets it?
oh fuck, probably my missus, for like just being there with
Oh,
me the
good
whole
idea.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, my missus just doing the whole thing with me, like being there when I've been up and down, and same thing with her, being there for each other and just having the journey with me, like fighting,
Yeah.
her, me being inspired by her getting in the ring when it's been really scary and tough, and like I get fucking like I just thought to myself, fuck, I got to fight next because that's super like. Sometimes I get so overwhelmed when someone else fights, so I'm like, oh, I can't do that. And I
Right.
felt like that when she's done that a few times, and I've been really inspired by that.
Nice. That's great, man. Great. What last quick thing, I suppose, seeing that you've traveled the world, you've done things your way, uh, built it your own, I'll just do it myself. I'm an aspiring fighter. Uh, let's say I'm 10 fights in, 5 fights in. What is the best advice that you think you could give someone like that looking to become the next world champion, travel the world with Muay Thai?
I'd probably say be hungry to like be that world champion, but don't put so much pressure on yourself to be a world champion too early. Enjoy like taking these fights as they come, and don't try to build yourself too fast. Don't like don't try to get there too fast.
Yeah.
Enjoy train hard, have balance, have other hobbies, but don't fucking be crazy about being a world champion too fast and being obsessive, because you're not going to get there with that attitude. You're going to get there with having balance and consistency.
Yeah. Well said, sir. Well said. Well, and as we know in this life, like it's enjoy the journey just as much as the destination. Right?
Definitely,
Yeah.
100%.
Good call. All right, sir. My last question: are we going to see you back in North America anytime soon for any reason, fighting or coaching or anything?
Yeah, like when I came to Canada, Kieran Kittle really looked after us. Like
Yep.
when we fought on Muay Thai World Cup,
Sure.
yeah, that was sick, man, to see Canada and like the mountains and Banff, and I didn't know but the town Canmore before
Yeah.
Banff. Or we didn't go to Banff; it was just fucking so expensive.
Yep.
But it was just really nice in that area. I had a great time. But I'd even go there for one of my last fights. You know what I mean? So
Nice. Hey,
yeah,
Kieran. Hey, Kieran.
talk to him.
There you go.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He really looked after us. So Canada was a great time for us, man. Just sick.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, sir. And where can we follow your journey? Continuing this journey, where can we follow you on any social media or anything like that?
Yeah, probably just on Instagram. I don't stay up with too many platforms, but I still document my stuff there a little bit and what we're doing.
Nice.
Opening up a new gym soon, so it'd be cool if people like support that and like come train if they're ever in Australia.
Beauty. Love it. All right, sir. Anything else before we're out of here?
That's it, man. Thanks for having us on.
Real quick, man. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to ask you when you guys are here for the Muay Thai World Cup, but you have a very stoic look. I was too scared to ask.
Yeah,
So
sometimes I don't mean to get that. That's why I try and just talk to everyone and just say hi when I'm in rooms with like out the back with fighters. Because I hate it when I get that with other people, but they're nice people, man. They just look serious or something. Eh?
sure. Go say hi.
Yeah, just go say say hi, and I like having a chat.
Awesome. Well, I promise. Well, when I see you, hopefully fighting here, that I'll make sure I say hi.
Yeah, man.
All
Thank you,
right,
man.
sir. Once again, thank you very much for doing this on New Year's Day. I really do appreciate it. If I don't get it out today, it will definitely be first thing tomorrow morning.
That's right, all good, man. Do you want me to stay on the call for the upload the video? Or?
Oh yeah, just once we push stop here, it'll just take like a few minutes to upload. Won't take long, and then we're good to go.
All right, man.
All right, Eddie. Thank you very much, man. I really do
Thanks,
appreciate it. Thank you for letting us in on your journey, and I'm looking forward to seeing the gym.
Okay, bro. Talk to you soon.
Talk soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.